Hey, good morning. It is Paul Farmer from paulgfarmer.com. This is Freedom Project Live, episode 6. Episode 6. You know, it's really funny. Um, every time I go on here to do these lives, for whatever reason, the very first time I do it, like it won't open up. It doesn't go live. But then the next time I come around, I got to redo it again. It works. I don't know what that's about. It's really strange, but it's one of the things I deal with when I'm going live. But welcome, Freedom Project Live, episode 6. Today I'm going to talk about success and why it's more than just you. It's more. What did I title this thing? Anyway, it's about sex and how success and and why it's greater than you. I believe that's what I titled it. Success, why it's greater than you. So on my Facebook wall, currently, right now, my profile, if you were to go to my Facebook profile, you would see in my featured picture, it says, success is my duty, my obligation, my responsibility. And I got that from Grant Cardone. And the actual quote is, success is your duty, your obligation, and your responsibility. And I really took that to heart when I heard that. The first time I heard that, I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. It really isn't about me. It's about my family. It's about my community. It's about the economy. It's about the country. It's about so much more than just me. Okay. It's so much more than just you. And it is vital. It is vital that you become successful. Okay. It is vital because if you think about it, if you're not successful, how is that benefiting anybody? Is that benefiting you? Is that benefiting your family? Is that benefiting the economy? Is that benefiting your community? Is that benefiting your family and friends? Okay. So I really started thinking about that. And then I heard Ray Higdon say almost the same exact thing. He said, hey, if you're not going out and you're reaching out to people and putting your product, your business, your service in front of people that you know have a problem, that you don't know where they are in their life, then you're essentially being selfish. You're essentially being selfish because you don't know what impact you can have. So when I look at that, I put it on my featured picture for a reason. It's to remind me to push harder, to remind me that there are a lot of people out there that need the message I have, right? To need what I provide, right? I can help those people. I don't know where they're at in their life. Maybe they're, living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe they have more month than money. I've been there. I know what it feels like. It is horrible. And I'll just share a little bit about me, a little bit about my story so you understand where I'm coming from when I think this way. So in 2010, June of 2010, I was laid off from my teaching position. I was a full-time teacher. I had what was called a clear credential, which required actually more work, right? More schooling. So I had just become a cleared credential teacher, and I was laid off that year. So I went through all this work, 2 years of work, on top of my bachelor's degree, on top of my teaching credential, full another year. And then I did another 2 years while I was teaching, because you have to do that, just the hoops they make you jump through. I was laid off. And I was, when I became a teacher, I was told it was a secure position, it was a secure job security, blah, 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 right? And it didn't turn out that way, obviously. It didn't turn out that way. I was laid off in 2010. My income was nothing. I actually had to go on unemployment the first time ever in my life. I didn't know how to do it. And my income basically went, drastically cut. It went to like next to not even half of what I was earning, like a quarter of what I was earning before. I had saved some money in the bank, but it was a scary, scary time because there were no jobs. There were no teaching jobs. This was around 2008. This was a result of what happened with the mortgage industry and all that, the trickle down, right? That affected, thousands, millions of people. Our country was in a very bad place at that time when it came to the economy. And I definitely got hit by that. And for the next 2 years, I was just trying to figure out what to do next. I started my own fitness boot camp business because I was a PE teacher. I was a personal trainer. I always liked fitness and helping people get healthy and helping them with that kind of thing. So I started that. It was a disaster. Nothing came of it. No results. Very little money. Bad. Just really miserable. And I also went back and I started taking a test so I could teach science because they said science jobs were in demand, but it's the last thing in the world I wanted to do. So I came to this place where it's like, okay, 2 years have passed. It's 2012. I'm running out of money. My money's almost gone. My unemployment is done. What am I going to do? And that's how I came online. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really get anywhere. After 2 years, I was able to get a part-time teaching job, which just barely covered my bills, just barely got me by. And I was working my business the whole entire time with very little results. In fact, I was spent more money than I was making. So, and then 2 years later, just kind of going forward, I started figuring things out. I actually got to a point where I was starting to make $1,000 sales. I got to a point where I actually made $10,000 in a month, the very first time ever. And this was actually after I had my part-time teaching job had ended. But at that time, I still didn't know what I was going to do. Back against the wall, still no money. I somehow got it together and was able to make $10,000 a month, only for the company to not pay me my commissions and shut down. So they didn't pay me my commissions, not the full thing. I got like half of it. And then I went on this little thing where I was going from company to company because I was trying to get in a company to rebuild and get that income coming in again. And it was like 5 different companies I went in and they all just collapsed. It was just an insane time. I had many, many different questions of, should I continue? What's the point? If I build something, it just falls apart. What is the point? And then I started building up again. Out of desperation, I got into the rev share industry, which was a disaster, which was, I started making money, not a lot of money, but enough just to get by. And then one day, I remember this, basically everything was gone. They froze PayPal. Everything was gone. It was just, there was no money, none, zero, zilch. I was left with, again, only this time worse off because I didn't have the savings. I didn't have unemployment. I didn't have anything. And I'm sitting there like, okay, what the hell am I going to do? What am I going to do? And that was a very dark time. It was a very scary time, but somehow I got through it. I got into a company and I put the hammer down. I went to work. And here's the thing, I watch people who have jobs. They have jobs, okay? They have an income coming in. They have an income coming in. You don't know what it's like when you don't have an income coming in and you're trying to build an online business. You don't know. Maybe you do know. Maybe you've been in that position where you're like, okay, this is all I got. I'm struggling, but you don't know like what kind of things you have to do to get yourself in a position to believe that you can get yourself out of this hole, that you can make it happen. I had to get to that space. I had to be like, okay, I am freaking desperate. I need this to work. And, I had people tell me, just go get a job. That's going to solve everything, right? That's not going to solve anything. That's a Band-Aid. So I set an intention. And this is after all this crap I went through already. So I'm hoping somewhere out someone is inspired by this, but if you're struggling or whatever, I set an intention. I said, no more damn excuses. Success is my duty. It's my obligation, right? It's my responsibility. And at that time, I didn't hear that, but I set an intention. I'm like, I'm going to make this happen no matter what. And I did. I went to work. It wasn't even the best company, but I was able to get to a point where I was making enough to cover the bills and have some left over. Okay. And, I've done this a number of times. But the reason I say success is my duty, my obligation, my responsibility, and why I take it to heart and why I believe it so much and why it drives me to keep going and continue to do what I have to do, no matter what that takes, no matter what. The reason why I don't treat this like a hobby, why I don't say, oh, well, one day it will happen. The reason why I'm so relentless is because I've been in those situations where no money's coming in. I don't know how I'm going to make it. In fact, there was a period of time, it was like 5 months, I had to put my rent on my credit card. So I got this massive debt as a result. And there was still no light at the end of the tunnel. There was still nothing to keep me, like, it was a scary, scary time. Okay. Scary time. And when you've been there, that drives you, that keeps you going. It's that fear of going back to that keeps you going. So for me, I don't ever want to go back to that position. I don't want anybody to have to experience that. That's why I say success is your duty, your obligation, your responsibility. That's why I put it on me, because it's greater than me. It's not just for me. It's for my family. It's for my friends. It's for my community. It's for my church. It's for the economy. It's for whoever's out there that I can inspire by my actions to change things in their life, to reach their full potential. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And it pains me to see so many people out there struggling, because it doesn't have to be that way. It's a choice. It really is, especially in this day and age where we have so many opportunities to earn a living from the comfort of your home. But the problem is we don't get out of our own damn way. We pretend that everything's okay. We get in this little comfort zone and we're like, oh, well, I justify. I'm going to justify. I got a job. At least I have a roof over my head. Everything is great, right? And we don't do anything to change it. And we constantly say, oh, well, it's the company. Oh, it's my sponsor. And you're a victim. And you continue to be a victim. It doesn't get you anywhere. You got to get out of that. You got to get out of that. You cannot stay there. So, guys, I told you, I'm making these live videos. I'm speaking my mind. I'm going to be honest with you. The reason you struggle is because you can't get out of your own way. You treat it like a hobby. You say things like, oh, well, one day I'm going to wish for it. Maybe it will happen. Let's see what happens. Oh, it wasn't the right company. Here's the deal. If the company is paying, if the company's in business, if people are having success, it's not the company, it is you. You are the problem. No one else. Work on your skills. Work on your mindset. That is the only way you're ever going to get over this hurdle. And maybe it will take you to get to ground zero, to the basement, to where you're looking at your cabinet and you're like, holy crap, how are we even going to get food? Maybe it's going to take you there. Some people, it doesn't even get there. Some have to go homeless, Don't be that way. Success is your duty. It's your obligation. It's your responsibility. There are people out there that need what you have to offer. There are people out there that need what you have to offer. There are people out there in worse situations than you that are going to look at your story, be inspired, and go make great things happen. That's what's going to happen. So that's why I say success is not about you. It's not about you. And it's bigger than you. And if you're afraid of reaching out to people and telling them, hey, man, I got something that's totally going to help you, that's going to solve your problem, then I don't know what you're doing. You're in the wrong business. This isn't ever going to work for you if you can't get past that. If you're not teachable, it's never going to work for you. This doesn't have to be that complicated. It really doesn't. For example, I've been doing a course, okay? I went through this very simple Facebook course, very simple. Anybody and everybody can do it. I don't care if you've ever had success online. I don't care if you've been struggling for years. You got to get out of your damn way. I'm telling you, this is like a simple thing anybody can do. It's a free thing. It's $97. I get so many people, I don't have $97. Well, dude, that sucks. That sucks. What kind of decisions did you make in the past that totally got you in that position? What have you been doing? You've been making some really bad decisions if you don't have $97. I've always been able to find money. Even when I didn't have money, I found a way. When I saw something that resonated with me that I knew I needed to do, I found a way to do it. I didn't make excuses and go, well, you know what? I don't have the money, but you know what? It's okay because everything is okay. And no, you got to get out of that way. You got to get out of your own way. You got to stop doing that. Anyway, you know, you can tell I'm passionate about this. I want to see you win. I really do. I really want to see you win. And it's painful to me when I give people a solution that I know works, And if they would just do it, they would get ahead. But I also know I can't convince. I also know it's a decision they have to make. It's a decision you have to make. And if you're not willing to make that decision, I can't help you. Nothing I can provide you. I can give you step-by-step instructions. I can tell you every single thing you need to know. But if you're not willing to do it, if you're not teachable, if you're going to say, I already know that when you're not getting results, then I can't help you. Nobody can help you. You know, and you're going to have to go through that. I had to go through that. I had to check my ego at the door. There are times where I still catch myself, but I've become aware of it. So every time I go to say, well, I already know that, I stop myself. I don't know that, right? If I'm not getting the results that the other person's doing, I don't know that, right? So I need to be open. I need to be teachable. I need to listen, and then I need to go apply and do it. Okay. So if you're not getting the results you want, I'm telling you, this Facebook course that I have, links right below. Check it out. If you want to if you want to know how I've been able to create a full-time income from the comfort of my home, my number one wealth field, just click on it. Number one recommended is below as well. I've been with this company since 2015. I created a full-time income this year. The year's not over. I've actually made more than I made in a year teaching with this program, and it's not even a year yet. So when you put your mind to it, when you really commit to it, when you really set an intention, when you stop making excuses, when you stop looking around for the easy and what's going to be the easiest thing for you, where money's going to fall in your lap, when you stop doing that, when you stop looking for the traffic strategy, that's the best traffic strategy, that's the best traffic. When you stop doing that, you go to fundamental principles like it's taught in this Facebook course that I'm telling you about, you're going to get results. There are no other ways. There's no other way. There's no other way. You're going to get results, but you got to get out of your own way. You need to start making success less about you, but what it's going to do for others. That is why I continue to make videos. That is why I continue to reach out to people, because I understand that it's not about me. It's about all the people out there that I conspire to do better. That's what it's about, right? Anyway, I know I got a little heated. I know this is a longer one. I appreciate you. I really do want to see you win. Definitely check out that course I'm telling you about. Make it a great day. Subscribe to my channel. My goal is to be doing these most days of the week. I enjoy doing what I can do to help provide you value, to help you break down those barriers so you can actually go out and get some real results that you can be proud of. That's what it's all about for me. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber, and make it a great day. I'll see you on the next one.